Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Potionomics. We are on day 26, I believe. So we've got increased value for tonics that we bought from Luna, so that's going to be good. Also an additional relationship gain with Luna. It's her 1-year anniversary for her company, so we'll want to definitely work on boosting her relationship. And then the Crystalline Forest, which is where we've been sending people lately because we're still looking for that citrus geode or geode citrus or whatever it is to boost our cauldrons, is now improved. The other two have penalties, so we might go back there. I mean, we were probably going to go back there anyway, assuming we didn't get lucky enough to get the geode citrus. And then bad visual trait. We'll keep an eye on that. We have tons of money, so I guess we will start with our brewing and gardening, and then kind of decide from there. Three-star Grand Mana, nice. Grand Thunder, that'll be good if we're going back to the citrus place. Do I have silence as well? I don't. Maybe we aren't going to the citrus. That's awkward. Unless I made some of those. I did not. Mistakes were made. And that one didn't roll over to Grand, I don't think. Where are you? There you are. No, you're Grand 5-star. You didn't roll over to Superior, rather. Yeah. That is disappointing. Why did I not plan for the fact that I might need to go back there, since I am still trying to get those citruses? Before we make our potions, there's a good chance I'm going to want to bring at least one of those crystal cauldrons with me, just in case we got the items we need. Let's grab all of these. Excellent. Alright, so we've got red, green, and yellow. Part of me thinks I should just keep working on these embers of mana to have lots of them, just so I can use them to make lots of other things. So what's something that has 3 or fewer ingredients that or 3 or fewer magimins that I actually want more of? You got to go in green. Most of our large 3 or less magimin items, we have a decent number of. We don't have a ton of you, but I already am using green. I could get more of you with red or yellow. And you would only be yellow. Okay. Actually, I'd like to get more of these. They're a very good purple source. Oh, but obviously we can't. We don't have a purple. Yeah. Now we're getting into the much smaller magimins. I say smaller when I'm talking about 40, which doesn't feel small, but in some ways it kind of is. Yeah, let's use you. And then I think with red we will make more of these, just so we can use them to speed up everything else. Yeah, already 4 times just dropping. So I spent 2 and I'm going to get 4 back. That's a pretty good return of investment. We'll get 4 of you as well. And I'm a decent way to getting a 5th, so I might Yeah. Probably put in the extras to get both of you to 5. So if we're looking for something green that has around 30 Magimans. You. I've got lots of you. Perfect. And then for you, we need about 40? So 20 Magimans. I don't have a ton of anything at this level, unfortunately. I could go with you. I've got lots of those. Doesn't quite get you over the edge, but then I can just toss in some tiny thing and not feel that bad. Do I want to push you up another level? It would take... No. To get you up to ×5, it would take 170, 180? Something like that, which means 90. Yeah, I'd be looking at using one of these. I mean, I guess we do have a bunch of these. Seriously, 90? Let's see, 60 would get me to 300. 160 would get me to 400. So 177. Yeah, which means we're looking for something with 90. So we'd be looking like up at this level. I don't really care about these harpy snares. Or we have tons of these. Just feels like I'm spending actual good ingredients. I think we'll leave it alone. I think a return of investment of using 2 and getting 4 back. I mean, at the rate we're going, I guess that's the problem I'm running into. I'm talking too much, but where we spent 2 here, 1 here, and 1 here, which means we spent 4. And if we do that every time cycle, then we're not actually building up these numbers. And if I'm wanting to use them more, I should be increasing the numbers. So fine. There we go. We'll get 5 back. So if we're then spending 4 every time cycle, but getting 5, it'll feel better. Anyway, that's you guys taken care of. I think I will not brew. I am going to switch out my cauldrons. Only 1. Maybe we'll get multiple of these citrus geodes, and if so, we can upgrade the other cauldron next time we travel. I think that's just for the first upgrade, and I don't know what ingredients we need for the second upgrade, which is something to consider. Hopefully whatever that will be, we have. Now, all that out of the way, let's go to our best cauldron and make what? Tonics are going to be on sale today, or have better prices, rather. Can we pull off our best? Because this is the most valuable tonic we have. Do we have what we need for it? I am not wanting blue, I'm wanting purple. Yeah. I think we can make this happen. We don't have any of the giant items, like the 100 and some odd Magimans. I think that's the problem, which we ran into last time, is even if I pulled off... Obviously this isn't going to be the balanced, but I'm just saying if I put in all 8 of these 64... That does cross over the line. Okay. I thought it still wouldn't be big enough. It's not balanced at all, but we are getting close to that limit. We now just need a ton of green. Yeah, an absolute ton of green if we went that route. And it's bad visuals that's we need to watch out for today, which is that one. It's not ideal. Anything that gives good visual? Nope. Right. As it stands, we have about 20 more Magimins we can put in, which would bring us up to 160. Yeah, we just need to take out some of this purple. So that is perfectly balanced. And that's still perfectly balanced. And we still have 20 more Magimins. What can I do with about 20 Magimins? We're not going to have anything with any purple at that low of Magimin numbers. Do we have any items that are actually balanced? Purple and green. No. Well, I don't even think getting to 400, if we pull off getting to 400, maybe it gets us another star, but I doubt it. I guess we can find out. It does. So, we can cross that line while going less stable. It's the usual thing we keep running into, where we get a star to lose a star. And if that's the case, then it's better for me to just toss in random garbage. I wonder, I don't know if I've ever actually really tried having lots of one bad trait. Can I put in just a single copy of something with the good trait? And would that override it? Like if I put in you, it's still very stable. We still cross the line. But now I have the good trait and 3 copies of the bad trait. And I'm curious if that's going to still leave it being a bad, or if they all just even out to being neutral. I don't know. Right. I have this quest that I've totally forgotten about. We have 2 days to do it. I'm not certain that putting in the effort to get 2 positive traits on 2 grand potions is worth just 915. And this theoretically could technically level up to superior if we get lucky on the roll, which would be awesome. Anyway, time-wise, we want to drop off 8 time units. To get it down to 4. I think that's fine. So we start there. We try for a super awesome shadow tonic. Then, oh, right, we've got you going, which I'd totally forgotten about. So we already are going to have some shadow tonics to sell. Oh well. If I wanted to make the silence cures, my question is, can I make one good enough? I think it's greater quality we need. Can I pull that off with 200 Magimins? I really need to figure out what the levels are for the tiers. Like, write that down so I can keep it in mind. Let's refresh all that. We're looking for green, yellow, and purple. So we'll turn you off and turn you off. think 25 is the limit we're searching for, roughly. We can go a little bit over, briefly. Like, use some ingredients that are over, but that's about the balance we're aiming for, with primarily green. What do we have in purple at that level? Nothing. Right, we've covered that. Purple doesn't come in the smaller objects. Ideally, I'd want to use some of these that give multiple ingredients, because the ones that are just single type are rare and I use them far too much. Got lots of you. Probably between these two is a good source of getting some purple in. Might be going a little high on yellow. If we are aiming for 200, that means we're aiming for... math is not my forte. If we say there's 4 of here, then it's 200 divided by 4 is 50. So we're aiming to get 50 purple-ish. That looks like 50 purple-ish. Oh, but we'd be aiming to get an equal amount of yellow. That's a problem. Do I have anything that's purple and green? You... Or we have things that are just purple, of course. Still need about 25 more purple, 20 more yellow. So that's plenty of purple. Then we need about 20-ish more yellow and 70 more green. And we can do that with individual ingredients. Alright, and the rest all green, ideally, and we need 4 more ingredients. We can probably use tiny green ingredients. Eight more. Very stable. Maxed out our Magimins. This is going to only be greater. Do I need grand? I don't think so. I think greater is what the area called for. Granted, we won't be able to use it today. And then it's going to be available for 2 days. Good thing I just noticed that. So yeah, getting this set up. Although I think sometimes when they have the stronger enemies, they do have harsher requirements. So maybe I should actually save this for the better cauldron, now that I've gone through all that effort. Let's do it with the ocean cauldron. That can get us larger ingredients. Then I have to redo all of my math. I'm gonna just do the math, rather than try and do it in my head and struggle with it. So 80 of purple and yellow, 160 of green. There we go. And that means we can use some of these bigger ingredients. Still just a little bit more of purple and yellow. Alright, basically the rest needs to be yellow. Like 20 more yellow a little bit more green. Right. We've got 16 more. Probably more yellow, actually. Very stable, maxed out the Magimins is grand. So if we did need a grand, that is sufficient. Probably we needed a greater, but I don't know for certain. But I think that's a smart choice just to be sure we're ready. We need to knock off 5 time units. Excellent. And then finally, this is only going to end up being a greater potion at best. Do I need... Okay, we have greater health. Do we have greater mana for the times where I don't need a grand? We have 1. Oh, we only have 1 greater health. I'm gonna go for mana. We've been screwed over a bunch of times where we just needed 1 more mana, and I hated having to use a grand. Even greater feels overdone. Realistically, I could just make some even weaker ones, but I'm using cheap enough ingredients that it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll probably want to make some more graders as well. It's fine. So let's go with our really cheap ingredients. We're looking for just green and yellow. And if I went with just, say, 4 of these, and just make a extremely cheap, it's going to be greater, costs next to nothing, I think it's fine. We'll just toss in 1 hay to get it done fast. Yeah. Now with our 10,000 gold that we've got kicking around, what do we want to do? That's so much money. Obviously we're going to travel. Oh, I didn't look at who I need to rank up with. I really wish I could see that from here. If I return, does that waste a time unit? It might. I could experiment, but I don't want to waste the time unit. Let's just go out. The quest was a success here. The spoils. I think we only asked you to get 1 thing, and you did get it. And I think we did have that kicking around. So not needed. I don't think we need to rank up with you. We could definitely rank up with Luna. But we ranked up with you last time, I believe. We have all of these for sure. Yeah. So, sorry, you don't offer anything new to me. With that in mind, I have a flower for you. I could still give you these diamond flowers. They're easy enough to duplicate. You liked flower as well as essence. I think lately we've been giving you a lot of essence. Yeah. Yep. You can have that. Then we'll move on to mint. You did not get my geode citrus. Because of course not. You did get more of this Ember of Mana for me though. I appreciate that. And more of these timbers. I think we ranked up with you as well already. Man, no bones are high quality. Looks like you also like plants and slime, according to my notes. So you can have one of these cubic slimes. So Crystal Forest, is it harder today? It is not. But we don't have the... It is only greater we would have needed. Okay. Well, now we know. So yeah, if we sent you there, you would only be able to get 4 spots in, which is the mana you have. You've got 21 health. If I gave you just a Thunder Tonic, all we have are Grands, which is going to be overkill. 366 versus 521. Dude, that one is... If I gave you just a basic health potion, how far could you make it? Yeah, the cost of nothing, you could get another run here. I'm not going to make my decision yet. Let's go look at our other adventurers, see if any of them got the geode that I need. But I might send you just to do that. Place wasn't so bad, sort of like being inside a disco ball. You also did not get my geode. Darn. You want bugs. Yeah, and I think these are the ones I've been giving you because they're our cheapest golds. I'll need to buy more. Probably one of the things I should buy from Quinn, rather than just focusing on the Magimins, is things that I can give for gifts. Alright, and lastly, Corsac. Did I send you out? I did. Not to the same location, I don't think. No, I did. Maybe. No. I don't know. Either way, you didn't get the geode either. But you did get us Ice Crag's Floor. What plant do you have available now? So now we could buy the blue plant for 1,200. Which I guess I will just do. I am liking these. Oh, I can just go all the way to the purple. That's pretty spendy. But growing ingredients seems like it's going to end up being very valuable. And I do have the money now. Okay, so no more plants to buy from you. Alright, in your case, you like flowers and fungus. I think fungus, we've just been giving you these hallucinatory shrooms. Which are fine. So who do I want to rank up with? Probably Luna. So we can start there. You want fruit. It's a diamond fruit. Probably not that expensive to get because it's only 40 Magimins. Wish there was a way to sort by rarity when we're dealing with Quinn. So you're a 40 diamond. Probably diamond since it's your anniversary and you get double or bonus. I don't know if it said double. So yeah, we'll give you this diamond quality. I love it! You should. Just increased relationship gain. Okay. We will rank up with you. What's the gossip?
Sylvia, I'm in a rut today.
What's the matter?
Well, my mom called, and I should have known better than to answer in the middle of a workday. But she just had to let me know that my sister removed some lady's supposedly inoperable goiter through a skillful combination of magic, medicine, and quadridexterity.
Okay.
Which, like, that's great. Don't get me wrong.
But you're always trying to prove that you're as successful as your siblings. And your mother's pointing out that they're doing amazing things and you don't feel you're living up to the same level.
But she had that tone in her voice. The one that says, "How many goiters have you removed, Luna?"
Yeah.
Is the answer 0, Luna? Because, that's not a very impressive number, Luna.
Wasn't she excited about your big client?
Oh, it's way too soon to loop her in on that. What if it all falls through?
See, I totally get that. Where, for instance, I have a parent who holds on to things that I've mentioned, like minor interests. That's like, I want to try out this thing. And I try it out, lose interest, move on. And for the next, 6 months, they're asking me about that thing. And it's like, that's not a thing anymore. Like, I move past that. So it's like, I reach a point where it's like, I don't want to talk about things until they're more solid because I know it's easier in the long run. So, yeah, similar idea here with Luna of if this falls through, then it would become an even bigger deal that her mom would continue bringing up constantly. So it's better to just wait until it's solid.
There's no sense in getting her hopes up until the trial period is over and the contracts are signed in blood.
Hopefully not actually blood.
But that client is the whole reason I need to get out of my head and back on target ASAP.
Although they do have soul binding, so maybe signing things in blood is a thing that actually happens.
I'd set aside time today to brainstorm some bold new ideas for them, but I've just been staring blankly at these screens.
Yeah, you gotta get out of your head. Take a moment to relax, unwind, and then go back at it when you're ready.
And also wondering whether you'd drop in. You're sort of on my mind a lot these days.
Wow.
Sorry if that's weird. Is it hot in here? Should we get some air? Let's get some air!
Yeah.
Say, it's pretty nice out here. I guess the heroes are doing a good job of keeping the local beasties at bay.
Yep.
Someone should help them put together a PSA.
I have some connections, if you want me to put in a word.
That's nice of you to offer, but I'm officially all booked up.
Okay. I mean, that's positive. If you are to the point where you physically can't take on any more clients because your time is too well spent, assuming you're getting paid, which this trial when you're not, that's a good sign that you're ready to expand, hire more employees, etc., that your business is working, and it's, time to expand, which is great.
In fact, hold that thought. I've got to check in on something real quick. That's weird. My feed isn't updating.
I don't know if you have network access out here in the forest?
You probably shouldn't expect to get any service out here.
She's like, I don't understand this concept.
What? Really? I take back every nice thing I said about this stinkhole! Set it on fire!
This is a good thing. Take a moment to step away, breathe, relax, and then go back when you're better prepared.
This is a good thing. Didn't you want to get away from screens?
Yep.
Not all screens, just the big looming ones. But this is fine. I mean, we came all this way. We should stay. We should enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, we're hanging out. We shouldn't just be staring at phones all the time. I always enjoy time away from the shop, where I always enjoy myself with you.
I always enjoy myself with you, whatever setting we're in.
Sylvia, you're so sweet. And you're right. We're practically destined to have a nice time because we're together.
Yep. Luna closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. She's slightly theatrical about it.
Fresh air. Yum yum.
They're both in their zen poses.
Just checking something really quick. Okay, I have to be honest with you. I'm not totally sure what people do out here. I mean, we breathe some air. Mission accomplished.
Doesn't know how to actually relax.
Didn't you want to clear your head? Free up some mental space for new inspiration.
I guess inspiration comes on its own schedule. For me, that's usually at 3 in the morning when I'm on a deadline.
I am always asleep at 3 in the morning, if I can help it.
In the meantime, I've got my tried and true go-to marketing plans to fall back on. You'll get diminishing returns when you go back to a rehearsed line, but whatever works, right?
Rehearse the line. It's a 0 cost, that's not bad. Raise interest by 6, value is reduced by 3 each time this card is played in the same transaction. Okay. Presumably this is going to be like Chorus, where it will give me 4 cards that I could theoretically put in. So the first one would be worth 6, second would be worth 3, and a future worth 0, which feels not good. But it is a free card.
I'm not against sticking to a script now and then.
Right? I knew you'd get it. And I also know you'll forgive me for cutting this short. As much as I enjoy seeing you, next time, we should stick closer to home.
Alright. Let's check out our marketing. So we could boost silence cures, insight enhancers, or ice tonics. Enhancers sell the best, but I'm already making silence cures. But I'm probably going to need those. I could make some insight enhancers, probably. Sure. We'll boost insight enhancers. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. Excellent. Let's see. I do need to figure out what I'm going to do with my adventurers, since I still can't level up my cauldron. Do I just send all of them to the crystalline forest? Just stopping right here? Is that actually the plan? So Mint can do it with just a greater health potion. Or with probably an electric tonic. Yeah, this will be no problem at all. So with the others, so she can go either direction there. What about you two, if I sent you out? You guys only have one of the greater health potions. You have plenty of mana, but you would need more health. Can you do it with just either a greater tonic or an electric? You could do it with just an electric. You've got... Yeah, because it's 12 health if we turn off the electricity. So you could do it with the thunder. Or it's going to be... 32? 30... 24 plus 6 is 30. 36. I can math. So you can't do it with just the greater health potion. Assuming my math is correct. And it is. Okay. So for you, I would need to use the Thunder Tonic. I guess with that in mind, those were the cheaper of them, right? Yeah. With that in mind, let's send you out with just a Thunder Tonic to get to here. Because all I care about at this point is getting that stupid geode. I don't have a cure, unfortunately. So we're just gonna send you out with that. Get as far as you can. Corsac. What can you pull off? So you also currently don't have enough health, but you have enough mana. So you could do it with probably either as well. Certainly that would get you enough. Or that would. Okay. So we'll send you out with that. You want more mana? I'm not giving you more mana because I need to give you more mana and a silence cure that I don't have. Nope. You're good to take on those 4 challenges, and then we'll do the same with Mint. But in her case, we will give her the greater health potion. Excellent. Now, who have I leveled up to level 5 already? And who have I not? I guess technically we could give another shot with salt and pepper to spend a fortune to hope we get the item we need. I think it's a terrible call, and I probably won't. But it's an option. Because how much? Yeah, it's another 800. Not sure I can justify that. Maybe we buy just the cheap. Because I looked up this item online out of curiosity. And the website said its rarity was... The rarities are listed in numbers, which doesn't tell me much at all. But it said its rarity was 2 out of like 4 or 5, which I'm assuming means it's like silver quality. It shouldn't be rare. We're just having terrible luck. Unless 1 is the highest of like diamond and then 2 is gold. I'm just gonna buy this. It's not that expensive. Didn't get what I needed. But it's fine. Do we rank up with you guys? Because I can't look at the cards here. Or your ranks. That surprises me. That while we're here, we can't see what rank we are with the characters. But sure, I will rank up with you. I don't think we have them to 5 yet.
There's a bomb! What? Where?
Hi, Sylvia. There's no bomb.
Yeah, don't spill your sand or anything. I just wanted to make a point.
Spill your sand?
You gotta start out loud and bombastic if you want to grab someone's attention.
Avastii. Yep, this is your rank 5. Excellent. Apply Avastii. Also apply Shocked for 2 turns. Can only be played as an opener. So this isn't one that gets bonuses if it's an opener. It has to be an opener. Shocked is terrible. Avastii. Next card played costs 0 patience. Probably not going to bother with this one.
Good tactic. Or maybe that's the massive adrenaline rush talking.
Hey, put that energy to use. You want to help us out again?
Last time you kind of left me hanging. Like, we had to do the whole effort of planting the eel ourselves, and by the time we got back, you just snacked on the rest and left.
What's on the agenda? More vendettas?
This is bigger than that. Way bigger. We gotta plan out tomorrow's naps.
Naps are better spur of the moment, not planned. Come on.
Naps? Seriously?
Naps are amazing, though.
It sounds like a small thing, but naps are important, Sylvia.
Yeah, there's an old rhyme to help you remember. Rested pirates, nice and quiet. Cranky pirates, they start riots.
Pepper writes out a series of equations on a roll of parchment.
The tricky part is that pirates will only nap in a patch of direct sunlight.
Like any good cat.
Yeah, we gotta account for the precise position of the sun.
Which changes by minor degrees each day, as do the exact number of minutes between dawn and dusk.
At Pepper's direction, Sylvia uses a yardstick to measure out the shadows that will be cast by ships and cargo at various points throughout the day. The math is surprisingly complicated, but Salt and Pepper eventually have a nap schedule that will accommodate the entire crew.
But wait a minute. What if it's cloudy tomorrow?
And get ready for some riots!
Maybe I should board up my windows just in case.
I forget you're fragile. I promised Pepper I wouldn't stress you out so much. A little weird that a sweet kitten like you would choose to set up shop on an island like this. Given that it's overrun with mutants and monsters, I mean.
We stay in the city and leave the adventurers to go out into the island of mutants and monsters. Monsters, bring them on, or the town is safe enough. I mean, realistically, the town is safe enough, but they might like the monsters, bring them on. We have been willing to get our hands dirty. We went out with Baptiste to fight monsters. We went out with them on their vendetta stuff. We can probably handle ourselves a little bit.
Monsters? Bring 'em on. I was hoping I'd get to see a dragon or something by now.
Hey, there's the swagger. Sylvia the Slayer here don't back down from new monsters, right?
Right.
Monsters aren't so scary.
Whatever you say, Captain.
Monsters are just like any other living thing. They need to eat, they need to sleep, they know fear, and that makes them vulnerable.
True.
You see, Pepper believes in being prepared. He's got a strategy to single-pointedly take down any monster you could name.
Nice. Even dragons, even krakens, even slimes. I assume they do have plans for krakens because they probably do have to run into that. Dragons?
Even dragons. They seem pretty tough.
Their hide is tough, sure. Not so much the thin membrane of their wings.
Yeah, you can ground them. Or if you're in the ocean and you just prevent them from flying, there's no land to land on. That'd be a terrible way to go.
And they're covetous things, which makes baiting a trap very easy. I would set out a few goats and a pile of gold in a clearing. When the dragon takes the bait, shred one of its wings. It'd be forced to fight you on land.
You're still dealing with the tough hide, though.
That still sounds pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Not if you stuff those goats with explosives.
That's not very sportsmanlike, but probably successful.
In the end, it's about planning ahead and controlling the field of battle.
See, that would be a better card, in my opinion, than your shocked and awe whatever card. Plan ahead, control the field of battle.
I'm convinced. How about you?
Heroes Guild needs to hear this. I almost feel bad for the monsters. Yeah. I mean, I assume using explosives probably doesn't give you quite as good of loot after the battle. But, you know, if you're just trying to push on to the end to get to the best and rarest monsters, maybe.
The Heroes Guild needs to hear this. They can put these strategies to use.
Sure, they could. For a modest subscription-based fee.
Not even a one-time payment. Subscriptions.
But enough daydreaming. We got piratical stuff to get back to.
Like napping.
Which may or may not involve showing some belligerent beasties who's really in charge out there.
You sure you're not a narc? We are definitely not a narc. You know, for now. We rank up with you. I assume you're also one of the ones that we still have fairly low. I think this was a new item we gained. I quite like this. I should hope so. It's a very expensive item. Maybe we rank up with you. Because I think of the others, we've probably already ranked up Quinn, Muktuk, and Saffron. I'm not certain about Muktuk. He might still be at 4, but I think we've got him up to 5. Quinn and Saffron, I'm pretty sure we brought to 5. Something on your mind? Just wanting to hang out with my good friend Roxanne.
Wow. It's hot down here.
There is a lava pool.
You flirty thing, you.
No, I mean it. It's sweltering.
There was a frost enchantment keeping the lava's heat in check. I deactivated it, then threw on some kindling for good measure.
Is that going to be a problem for my house that's right above this basement?
I like the heat. Like most demons, I grew up underground.
Just be careful not to burn the place down, please.
I suppose I can avoid that, but it's hardly fair that you keep amending the terms of our arrangement.
Did we even make terms of the arrangement? My memory was you were already living in the basement and we just effectively said that's fine.
I think don't set my house on fire is a pretty reasonable request.
You're right. Of course you're right. Oh, truly, Sylvia, you are a font of wisdom without equal.
That seems like way too nice of a compliment for you.
And you're laying it on a little thick.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes pandering is the best way to steer a conversation in your favor. Dignity be damned.
Pandering. Raise interest by 24. Apply self-hatred for 2 turns. Increase stress by 3 at the start of Sylvia's turn. This would be very good to use as a closer. $24 for 2 is just insane.
Who has time for dignity anyway?
She's like, I always have time for dignity.
Wield the power responsibly, dear protege. Now, as toasty as it is in here, I find myself in need of more kindling. Care to come along? Here we are. There's bound to be abundant driftwood along the shore.
I assumed we'd be buying kindling from a vendor. I know this one druid.
We do know of a druid, but I'm guessing you're wanting free as a better price.
There are some things you must do yourself.
Roxanne takes a piece of driftwood from the sand. She pulls it close as if sniffing it. Sylvia can just make out the sound of Roxanne's whisper in an unfamiliar language.
Was that a spell?
It's a ritual, but not a magical one. I don't mean to be secretive, but I tend to be private about my heritage. You could say I'm still working out exactly what it means to be a demon living on the surface.
Okay.
Suffice to say, there's a ritualistic significance to the gathering of fuel for the hearth.
Interesting.
So please keep your eye out for more driftwood. But allow me to carry it all myself.
This is a different side of her than we're used to seeing. Don't be silly or whatever you say. Yeah, I'm not gonna stand in the way of this ritual that you're working on.
Whatever you say. I want to respect your traditions.
Absolutely.
Particularly the traditions that save you from manual labor, hmm?
I mean, I don't think we would mind helping, but I'm not gonna stand in the way of your traditions.
I'm only teasing. I appreciate you taking this seriously.
Yeah.
And every demon carries their own kindling during the week of 1,000 pyres.
Tell me more about that.
I'm not familiar with the Week of 1,000 Pyres.
It's a time of great importance to my people. You see, demons didn't always live below ground. Long ago, we called the surface home, until generations of conflict finally forced my ancestors to flee their homes.
So did you live, like, among the humans, or did you have your own country that you were driven out of?
They left everything behind and undertook a great migration. But still, that wasn't enough to satisfy their oppressors. The exiles were pursued by their enemies. Ultimately, they were backed against a mountain range. Things looked dire. Lighting pyres for their fallen, the exiles despaired for the future of demonkind. Then, in the light of those many pyres, something was illuminated in the seemingly endless rock of the mountains. It was a cavern that led to a vast network of underground tunnels. More than that, it was salvation.
Okay.
We've lived underground ever since, and 1 week each year we keep our hearths blazing in memory of those who came before.
That's a beautiful story, but so sad.
Yeah.
I can't believe I've never heard it before.
They say history is written by the victors, but I've found survivors tell the more compelling tales.
True.
Thank you for allowing me to share mine.
Yeah.
I'm far from home, Sylvia. To my knowledge, I'm the only demon on this entire landmass. It's not in my nature to feel lonely. But when demonic holidays like this roll around, I think of the people I've left behind. I think of my family, and I'm glad not to be entirely alone here.
Let me know if your nights get lonely. I'm right upstairs if you ever need me. That's a little bold. But she likes bold, I'm sure. Let me know if your nights ever get lonely.
Let me know if your nights get lonely. We might find other ways to keep you warm.
Wow, that is bold.
Dear girl, I'm not sure you could handle the heat. Thanks all the same. I'm not sure I realized how much this particular holiday meant to me until just now. It's not altogether irritating to be sharing it with you.
Thanks. So right now, there's penalties on visual, but you don't have anything that boosts visual today. So that's fine. We'll just leave that alone. Instead, we'll just head to our last few people to hang out with. Sylvia, it's always a pleasure. It is always a pleasure. I'm sure I have a plant for you. Those aren't bad because I don't use them for anything else, and we have lots. Although usually I just use these, but they actually are useful, but they're a lot cheaper than those. Ooh, there's a diamond plant. I'll give you a bog beet. It's a nice gold. Fuel-wise, we were starting to get low on a couple of things. I think primarily the cactuses and mushrooms. We should still have a decent amount of wood. I'll buy a handful more. Do I want to finally upgrade to get another cauldron? I've been talking about it for a while. I don't think I need the extra aging barrels. If I do this, I'll be out of money, basically. Where did all of the money go? No, I think I need to save up money for... The money went buying the 2 slimes. That's where all the money went. I need to save up the money to buy more ingredients. But if I get another day where I earn a good amount of cash, I probably do want to come here early to buy that upgrade. Alright, Muktuk, I'm fairly certain we didn't get the geode. Yeah. I could upgrade this. Not that I've been using it. Though if we do buy another cauldron slot, maybe I will. Maybe. It costs very little to upgrade. So I might as well. Yeah, I wish I could just... Yeah, it's only a silver quality. So this should be easy to find. We're just having terrible luck. Let's give you a fish. I don't think we need you to craft anything because we've just got the aging barrels. Oh, I did find out, again, looking online to try and understand these showcases better. So the price that it's saying is not increasing the price of our selling potions. What it's doing, it's increasing the price of the potion that's sitting on that showcase. Because the price of the potions on the showcases total, like our 3 shelves, determines how many customers come in. So all it's doing is it's increasing the price of the specific potion sitting on that shelf, which leads to more customers coming in. But it doesn't adjust the prices of our actual potions that we're selling on our proper shelves. I do wish that was better explained, because the 20% price increase, additional 10% for enhancers that looks exactly identical to what they put on the shelves themselves makes it seem like it's boosting sale prices, but it's not. Lastly, Quinn. So I've got 4,000 gold to spend on ingredients with you. And we did get some new ingredients. Sweet. Let's give you a slime. Probably just more of these gold slimes. I'm noticing that you're slow to rank up. Part of me is wondering if the rarity isn't enough, if it does factor in the amount of Magimans, because we keep giving Quinn those like really, really cheap gold items, and it feels like she's not getting to a rank up very quickly. So I'm wondering if the Magiman does, or the cost of the item or something does factor in. I didn't think so, but I don't know. I don't think there's a sale on any ingredients today, unfortunately. And sadly, that's not something that we can affect. So what do I not have an amount of things I actually care about? Got 5 of you. I could buy 2 more there to get up to 5 of that. I'm gonna say 5 is the minimum for these. Anything with 3 or fewer Magimans. I think I'm growing more of those. That's fine. I do like... Probably for single Magimans, I should get even more, if I can. Because the single Magimans are a lot easier to use. Let's try and get you up to 10 then. Try not to go super crazy with our purchases. I'm going a little bit crazy. I definitely always am needing more of these. I should possibly grow more, particularly now that I have a purple slime to grow with. Yeah, we're starting to get down there. But we are getting a good collection of a lot of things. Probably the ones that are even splits or others that I should stock up on, because I've used those a ton in making Is it health potions that's red and green? I think. You are very expensive for only having just 16 Magimans. Am I sorting by cost? Oh, not by Magiman. Okay. Probably would have been smarter to sort by Magiman. Ah, well. Alright, we're almost out of money again. We're gonna call that good enough. Thanks for your help, Quinn. It's time for us to open up shop. Let's check out our gardening. We gained 5 of each. Yeah, if we could also sort by, like, rarity for the things that we want to give out as gifts, would be nice to be able to get more of them. Well, let's start with purple. What are some purples that I want more of? You're a 3-ingredient purple. I only have 5 of them. So you would be decent. Or 3 Magiman, rather. Something else I don't have a ton of. These, I'm starting to get a bit low on. These crabs were good. Or the Black Widows. Sepulchre Widow, rather. Because they're a pure purple. Which makes them very valuable. Yeah, let's get more of those. I've got 5. But I would love to get a handful more. For blue... kind of have a good amount of everything. You, I could get more of. I keep checking some of these even though I've looked at them before. You would be nice to have more of. Then for green, is there anything I need more of? Not really on this page, actually. I might use green for the Ember of Pure Mana, then. Consider, what do we have for red? And I could get more of these. I only have 5, and they look like they'd have value. Everything else I've got a good amount of. Or I could go for more of these. Because these are... oh! That's a 4 Magiman. You're only a 3 Magiman, actually. And I only have 1. So red or green could go here. Okay. We'll go green there. And then... pure mana with red. Excellent. Let's use the pure mana in each of them and see where that gets us. 4 times on everyone. You're actually really close to crossing over to the next threshold. You need about 34, so 17 of yellow. Perfect. You need 90, so 45 of blue. I might go with just I was going to say I could go with one of these big ones and then just toss in something tiny, but we don't have anything tiny. That's the problem. I could use like 3 of these. Or like 1 of these and 1 of those. Is there anything I have a lot of? I've got a lot of you. That gets me to 40 again. You're 48. That's probably the way to go. We're looking at blue. For purple, we need 114. So 62? Something like that. Yeah, we're starting to get to some of the bigger ingredients. You will do. And for you guys, is it worth it? Because you're basically all the way still at the beginning, but I would like to get more. But I'm gonna have to use expensive ingredients or lots of tiny ingredients. And I guess that's the thing, is I should be spending more of our weak ingredients. Or more of these, like, big ingredients I can't really use anywhere else. Yeah, you're gonna need 145, which is 70-ish. That'll be more than enough. And then you need 170, 180-ish. Which is like 80. That should be fine for you as well. There you go. Might want to make... Well, I was going to say I could make more of these. But in that case, I should just make more Ember of Mana. They're just better. Yeah. There's not really a reason to use those rather than these. Anyway, that'll be fine for the plants. Let's go to our brews. So this will be a Grand Silencer, and it's going to stay grand. Only a 1 star. That's fine. This will be a Greater Mana. 2 star. This could end up Supreme, or Superior, and it did. Excellent. And then you. I aged you. And yeah, you gained some value. And that's all that it did, is it just raised the price. The question is, can I do that again? Like, put the same potions back in? No, so you can't re-age something that's already been aged. Which I guess is why they show that it's vine aged. Okay. So we know that insight enhancers is what we've paid for. So we're going to want to make some of those. First of all, let's get my good cauldron back out. My crystal cauldron. Also, we gained some more flooring. Do I care? Looks nice. Sulfuric Falls. You don't look bad. Didn't get any new wallpapers or paneling. I think one of those is already a tonic shelf, so we're good there. We don't have an enhancers shelf. Possibly I should consider that for tomorrow, since we're going to be selling extra enhancers. So let's go to our awesome cauldrons. We want the insight enhancer. Red, green, and purple. That's red and green. Do I have anything... So we want to be fairly even, but slightly more red. So I don't want something that's just tons of red. Really purple is what I want. Something that'll give some purple. But we're probably just going to have to use some of these, like, purple-only ingredients. Let's see. If we're looking at the total, we can do 405. There's 10 numbers here, so we're looking at 40 each number. So 120 purple and green and 160 red. Okay, then 40 more purple, roughly. So somewhere between the 32s or the 48s. I don't need the positive trait. Oh, we don't want the negative on site. So... Well, this isn't something we're going to sell today. It's something we're going to sell tomorrow. Do we know if we're going to have... Yeah, that trait won't be there tomorrow. So it's fine. Then we need a ton more green. And a little bit more red. 10... Wait. I'm mathing wrong. We wanted 120, not 140. So we need 10 more red, 20 more purple. And a lot of green. Okay. 2 more ingredients to give a little bit of purple and a lot of green. Okay. Unfortunately, that is now too big. Let's get rid of you and put in a couple more of these smaller, equivalent-ish items. 25 more. Mainly green. No, probably doesn't really matter. Red and green. At least 20, because 20 will probably cross the threshold. There you go. Sweet. So that's going to be... It's not perfectly balanced, which is fine. It's very stable, though. So we're going to get 1 star. We might end up with the second, which will cross us over to superior. Oh, I probably should keep an eye on this. We're getting close-ish to the day. We've got 2 potions we already need, apparently. But I should consider building or brewing a grand stamina potion. Though we'd do better if we had a better cauldron. But yes, I think this is what we're going to do with this cauldron. We need to knock off 6 time units. So that's fine there. Let's see. How are we on Thunder and Silence? In case we need to send our adventurers out again. Fine. I probably need more health potions. We've got enough mana. But yes, I definitely need more health potions. Not certain I need grand health potions. We might do that with our ocean cauldron. And I probably want to keep some insight. Well, we have some insight already. Because it was insight that we were using a decent amount of, as well as stamina for Corsac and sight enhancers. I don't think there's much point for alertness or dousing or speed. We've got plenty of ice. We've got some Grand Thunder, although we might be selling a bunch of those. Maybe we'll make some more Thunder Tonics. That way we can sell them and still have some left over for tomorrow. I keep misclicking. We want green and blue. Well, I could just use a bunch of these. Let's see how far that gets me. Or we could use those. I guess I don't know which is more expensive or harder to come by. Awesome. So again, we've got 20-ish that we're trying to get. So 10 each, roughly, of green and blue. Do we have a blue that small? I don't think we do. No. 18 is our smallest blue. Yeah, and even that's too big. Because I could put in 2 tiny ingredients just to get the numbers up. Let's pull that back. What is a decent balance that I can pull off with smaller ingredients? You'd be a 30 and 10, which would give me a 20 split. I think I had some way. Yeah. That would put me back to even again. But I guess even's not what I need with 3 ingredients. I was hoping to get an even split. And we could go there. If we go that route, then I can use separate ingredients. Yeah, because I could use some 30s of blue and then 30s of green. That leaves us balanced, but we're using a lot less Madgemans, so we're not going to get... I mean, really, it's the same. Even if we got up to this line with unbalanced, it's a 1-star and a possibility of increasing, or we're now perfectly balanced with a 2-star and a possibility of increasing. This is fine. It's essentially the same, but using cheaper ingredients. Need to knock off 6 time units again. We know how to do that. So then lastly, I was talking about needing more health potions. Yes. Down here at the cheaper range. No, we want those turned off. It's you we want turned back on. So for 320 divided by 8, I've definitely done this math multiple times and I never remember. So then, do we have a 40 of green? Yes, but only 1. Let's see where that puts us, management-wise. No, we could still use big ingredients if we had them. Oh. Well, now we don't. This is going to give us grand, and we don't need grand. Because I think the goal was that I was trying to aim for greater. Even though it's a bit of waste of time, but yeah. I don't need anything that big. So we're not going to be using up the full capabilities of this cauldron. But that's fine. We just tossed in, say, 4 of these and 4 of these. Then we're going to have a grater. 4 of them. Takes basically no time. Just dirt cheap to get cheap potions for our adventurers. Because we're not planning to sell these. Actually, since we know that we're going to guaranteed go up 2 stars, I could actually get it all the way back down to here. By using really cheap ingredients. Okay. I think that's fine. And then do I feel like aging anything? We know that the insight enhancers are going to go up in value tomorrow. But I only have 2 of them. So far. We're brewing more. If we think we're going to sell these, then there's a reasonable chance we will. And there's no harm in me upgrading them now. Except that I'm only boosting 2. I wish there was a way to sort by cost. Like, to know what my best value are, because those are the ones that would be best to upgrade. But it's fine. Let's just age these. They'll get slightly better. And then tomorrow they'll be even better because they'll be on sale. Why not? Now, card-wise, I think we got a couple that I thought were decent. So we went to you guys. I didn't care for yours. Who else did we level up with? We leveled up with Roxanne. Pander I thought was great. Didn't really care for improv. Did I care for compromise? Yes, compromise was amazing. Let's grab Pander. What was the... Right, it was Luna. Rehearse line. And yeah, we can put 4 of them in the deck, which is strange that they reduce by 3 each time, since it's only 6. Which means the 4th time you played it, it'd be worth -3. And where are our people? 5. Muktuk is only 4, so we definitely want to level up him. I'm just gonna go through and write down who is at what level. Corsac. Okay. So Muktuk and Corsac are only level 4s. Everyone else... So we can then level up whoever we want to 6 after that. Now, arranging potions. So you give a bonus to cures. What is our most valuable cure? You, but also... I'm probably just going to want to sell. No, it's tonics that we're wanting to sell. Right. So let's put you on the shelf there. No, that is a tonic. What am I thinking? Cures. Work with me, brain. So this poison cure is our most valuable cure. So that should help draw in more customers. while we sell lots of tonics. I think focusing on the superior tonics we have is the way to go. And then Vendi, we've got more Thunder Tonics brewing. I know I need to keep one for the competition just in case. So we'll hold on to one, though we are probably making more. Yeah, and these, none of these are on sale. So I should probably hold on to them until they are. I could sell these. But I think greater is what we actually... No, I was going to say greater is what we actually need for the quest, but ultimately, however high you can go is what you need. Because the higher, the more it just reduces the damage. So I could just sell all of my tonics to make tons of money. And any that we need, we can just make more of. And that seems fine. We've got the Thunder Tonic for the mission. We've got the Poison Cure that we've got on our shelf for our quest, for the competition. Nothing else really matters. And just try and sell these 4 with the haggling? I think that's fine. We've arranged our potions. Let's open the shop. I already did the gardening, right? Just want to verify. Yes. Yeah, let's open shop. I think we're ready. Sorry to bug you. Sorry, do you take requests? The right potions can be helpful, maybe. So you're also wanting... See, in this case, the other request we got was looking for 2 grands with 2 traits each and only going to pay us like 900. You're wanting 2 graders, which is a lot simpler to pull off. We can use our, extra cauldron to do that. 1200 is actually worth it. So yes, I accept. I didn't actually look at what you were saying you were doing. It said beachcombing. Okay, wow, thanks. Sorry to bother you, but this potion caught my eye. Not a bother at all. So we could just start with compromise. That's what we have been doing, but it's only 7 to get you to the next level. Which means if I did sympathy and keep your guard up, we'd get there automatically, and then I could compromise to get another level. Which probably is the smarter call. So sympathy. There you go. And now it's saving us 14 rather than 11. End turn. I don't understand why this is still happening. $24 would just end this. I don't have stress. Let's raise interest by 6, mainly so we get the 3% potion price. And I think we can still play cards that take us over 0. I think we've discovered that before. So there's that. And then we pander. And that'll cross the threshold, so you buy it. For 1100. Thanks so much. Only a few more hours left to get things done. I wish I had more time to browse, but this should suit my needs. I hope it does. I think we will play all of these. You've got lots of patience. You are going to stress me out, which is not great. Don't take me for a rube. So you've given me nervous. Draw 1 fewer card. Is this 1 fewer card? You're about to get irritability. Lose an additional patience per turn. Not great. So if I can get you up 19, I could then compromise. I'm only going to get you up 16. So it would be smarter to compromise now. Actually, compromise would just end the trade right now. Or I could keep it going and hope that we can get to the next level, but we're probably not going to. Yeah, because if I played these 2 cards, he'd be down at 5. I'd spend end turn, which would get him down to 2 patience left. But we'd have the chance to go up to the end, but we're not going to. So it's better to just compromise and be done. Gotta run, but thanks. Thanks, come again. You must be eager to call it a night. I'll be quick. Potion seller. Only your strongest potion will do. Well, this is a very strong potion. Increase patience by 4 can only be played with no other hands. We can deal with that. Let's... I feel like probably your first heart is going to be tiny, given that you have 6 hearts. So let's blitz and see how far that goes. Yeah, okay. This compromise is only unfortunately going to get us 7 to reach the next heart. But it does allow us to do deep connection as well, which I think is valuable. And then tons of stress. Which means we're probably going to draw some stress cards, and we did, of course. I really do like the pander. We're going to gain so much stress. Let's go confident. Raising interest by 36 is so good. Yeah, we don't need to go that much farther to max you out, but we are going to get the 3 stress from here plus an additional stress. Okay. And what if I get all the way out there and it doesn't work? Of course it's going to work. It's a superior potion. I can pander again? Wow, that seems kind of crazy. Well, yeah, let's just finish this off. Wow, I'm impressed. What a pleasant outcome. Shall we haggle? I find it almost soothing. I've had my eye out for something like this. And we can't play this because we've got this card stuck in our hand. That is a shame. Plus, you're planning to stress me out even more, so we'll just shield. As disappointing as that is. Is there a discount for kindred spirits? I would love to give you a discount, but I also, you know, want to make a big sale. Sorry. Oh, do I go for pander? It's going to give me another 3 stress. 4 stress. We're probably not going to have a bunch more turns. Or I could just close the deal here. If I end turn, I gain 4 stress. Or I could close the deal and have 2 more turns, or 2 more patience to try and do something. But likely, we're not going to get much farther than this. So I'm just going to close the deal and save that stress. Oh, I thought she was walking away without it. You know just what you're doing, don't you? Thanks for your business.
That's all of
Nice. We made good money. 3 days before the competition. We have 2 potions, which I think is really all we need. 2 competition level potions.
I hope Oswald is okay. But I also hope he feels super guilty.
I hope he comes back. I miss him.
How's it hanging, chum?
Things are going good, even with your sabotage.
You feel like tapping out at any point? You just let me know.
Same goes to you.
Are you for real? This isn't a wrestling match we're talking about. It's my career.
And, being soulbound.
So if you're expecting me to just quit, you're deluding yourself.
Flashing those teeth of yours again, eh? You talk to all your customers that way?
I don't think you're a customer.
I'm pretty sure you have to buy something to be considered a customer.
Yep.
You know, I'd almost be willing to buy a stamina potion off you. But that would be an illegal transaction, and I know a promising young potion maker like yourself wouldn't want to show such disrespect to the law, or to me.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're still patent trolling, and you're actually bragging about it. I guess you can't beat me without resorting to dirty tricks.
It's an unconventional strategy, sure. I call that thinking outside the tank.
Sure. We can win even with you using your unconventional strategies.
I call it unethical, and possibly illegal.
Whoa. Watch the slander, chum. Have I broken any laws here?
I guess we'll find out when the investigation finishes.
I don't actually know the answer to that, but I've got some really good lawyers on retainer. The kind of guys who just love to drag out the proceedings.
Yep. Long enough for the competition to finish.
You got money to burn on that sort of thing? Go ahead and burn it.
Money is one thing we are in short supply of. Not at the moment, but given that we are still way in debt to the bank.
Maybe I can't take you to court, but I'm gonna fight this, Finn, however I can.
Hey, I don't expect anything less from you, chum, and I wouldn't want this to be too easy. It's a real bad habit of mine, I know, but I've always liked to play with my food.
Okay. Cannot sell cures. Luckily, we've boosted insight enhancers, so that's the thing we're planning to sell. Crystal Force still has the increased drops, which is great, and haggle customers are going to start with sympathy, which is awesome. So that'll boost our sales even farther. But for now, we're going to end the episode here. Next time, we'll come back to play through day 27 and see where things go. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.